morning, this is Tom. I wanted to talk to the faith community in Texas Congressional District 21. And today I'll be talking to Catholics. And there's a lot of Catholics I know in Texas 21. Now, there's some of you Catholics I know are single issue voters. And that issue, of course, is abortion. But Wendy Davis, who is another candidate in this race for Congress, and myself, we both agree in a women's right to choose. So there's nothing that I can say or she can say that will move you off that position. And I know that fairly well, given that my brother, Brad, is a Catholic deacon here in San Antonio. But there are a number of other Catholics out there that while they may oppose abortion or they may support a woman's right to choose, they're not single issue voters. And you are the ones I want to talk to. Now, I have a long history in the Catholic Church. I was baptized and confirmed over at St. Peter's over in Alamo Heights. I went to first and second grade over at St. Peter's over in Alamo Heights. I left the church when I was in high school, and that's another story for another day why I left the church. But I've also been still very active within the church because of my strong belief in Catholic social teaching. And for those of you who may not know, I was the parish social minister at St. Joseph's Catholic Church over in East Travis County, just outside of Austin, for many, many years. My wife and I were both married at the cathedral in downtown San Antonio. So once again, I have a very strong connection to the Catholic community in the 21st Congressional District. Now, as we move forward, I guess voting's next week, I think that as you look at the candidates, particularly Wendy Davis and myself, you need to look at our policy positions in the context of Catholic social teaching. Now, one of the things that really concerned me and that I have been preaching to the choir, I guess, for a very long time is that the earth is sacred. God created this planet, and we as a human race are destroying what God created. Climate change, this is a climate emergency. Wildfires on the West Coast, melting ice caps, glaciers melting all over the world. Wendy Davis supports fracking. And fracking is one of the major causes of climate change and the burning wildfires and the melting of the ice caps. I'm opposed to fracking. Again, look at us in terms of Catholic social teaching. Wendy Davis supports the death penalty. I don't. I have been advocating for a very long time against the death penalty. She supports the death penalty. The other difference is on guns, weapons. While we both support a ban on military-style assault weapons, that's where she stops. It does nothing for the literally millions of those weapons already on the streets. That's why I support a mandatory buyback program for military-style assault weapons. One of the other major differences between Wendy Davis and I, and that you as an ethical and moral voter, Catholics are ethical and they're moral. And you need to take a look at health care. I support Medicare for all. I truly believe that every single person in this country deserves medical care. Wendy Davis doesn't. She supports the ACA. ACA is tied to your job. You lose your job, you lose your health insurance. You have deductibles, you have co-pays. Many people can't afford that, many people. I'll give you an example of the difference between ACA and what would be like in Medicare for all. I had hepatitis C. It was a terrible disease. I got it when I was in the Air Force back in the 1970s, and I've lived with it my entire life. About 2018, they finally came out with a cure for this virus, hepatitis C. The cost, $100,000. Well, I'm in a socialized medicine program already. It's called the Veterans Administration. I paid $36. That's it. I paid $36 for a drug that on the market would cost $100,000. Now, if you were in the ACA, which Wendy Davis supports, first of all, you'd have to make your deductibles. And the average deductible is about $6,500, something like that. So you have to pay that first, make sure you got all the deductibles. Then on top of that, you have to do your co-pays. And the copay on a $100,000 drug is roughly $35,000. So already you're well over $40,000 to access a Hep C medicine. And people just can't afford that. People are going bankrupt over the medical bills. That's why we need Medicare for all. And I truly believe that if you take a look at the 7 themes of Catholic social teaching, and you compare those themes with my positions and Wendy Davis, there's only one ethical and moral choice to make, and that's to vote for Tom Wakely for Congress in Texas 21. Thank you.